Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Good morning. How you doing, Bob?
I'm good.
It was a weekend of ups and downs, wasn't it?
I had a good weekend after Friday. It's all good.
After Friday was good?
Yeah, Georgia won, Notre Dame won, Florida lost. It was good. Good weekend.
Good weekend, huh?
Had a blast.
You and Alan were just talking about Georgia Southern. As you know, there's a game they could have won. They're playing a Division I team. Of course, they're Division I too, but did pretty good there. Scored a lot of points. Just made a couple of key mistakes and came up on the short end of a high-scoring game.
Good opener for them.
Good opening for them, because you're playing Boise State.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the scores from the weekend. The SEC against ranked teams didn't do all that well, except for Georgia. Against the Powder Puff teams, they did real good. So, but you're excited that Notre Dame won, beating the Aggies, right?
Yep, that was a big win for Notre Dame. Texas A&M. Again, they have no coach. Florida, they're about to fire their coach. South Carolina barely beat Old Dominion, so he's in trouble. So, and Kelly again shows he's the most overrated coach in America. I'm glad he left Notre Dame. Now LSU has him, so he's not very good. So it's all good.
All good, huh, Bob?
It was a great weekend.
All good. All right, Bob had a good weekend after Friday night, which we won't even go into that. All right, 105.5 FM. Bob, who do we have in the room with us here this morning in the studio?
Got several members of the chamber. Got Alan Volsky in here, two ladies.
Who's going to take it away?
I don't know what they're talking about, but I'll let who wants to go first.
I'll start us off.
All right, go ahead, Alan.
So about the football. No, just kidding. We're not talking about football. Candy Harris is here with the Wayne Industrial Development Authority. Samantha Griffiths is here. She's with Express Employment Professionals. And we are here on behalf of the Wayne Works program. I'm going to let Candy kick it off by kind of giving a background of how we got to where we are today.
All right. Good morning, Candy.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going good. We're excited to launch this new workforce strategy program, and I wanted to give a little bit of background on it. This program was created in collaboration between Georgia Power's Economic Development Team and Carl Vinson Institute's staff, and it's a workforce planning program. And I was at a conference a couple of years ago and happened to sit in on a panel session that had a panel that was talking about doing this same program over in Vidalia, Toombs County, and how it had been very successful. So I got the information about it and brought it back to Dale Keith, my director, and we talked about it, thought we can probably do this. And so anyway, we got it geared up. We got a steering committee signed up and went through a series of meetings, about 3 meetings with Carl Vinson Institute, whereby we looked at the needs of the work, for the workforce in Wayne County. We talked to businesses, educators, counselors, students. We brought in business people. We brought in students. We just talked to a whole lot of different types of people who are involved in, workforce needs. And we came up with a strategy that includes 3 focus areas. And the areas are adults and awareness, and that's the group that Alan and Sam are co-chairing. And so they'll focus on what I call initiatives to target adults and just awareness of this program in general. So we've got 2 other focus areas also. Focus area 2 is youth and young adults, and that one is chaired by Jason Weaver. And focus area 3 is skills and career readiness, and that is co-chaired by Chad Swanson of Coastal Pines Technical College and Patrick Edwards, who's the CTAE director at Wayne County High School. But today we're here to focus on Focus Area 1, which is Adults and Awareness, and this is where I'm going to turn it over to Alan and Sam and let them tell you what's going on.
Okay.
All right. So, adults and awareness. Obviously, we're talking to folks that have graduated school, whether it be high school, technical school, or college, or maybe getting out of the military. Folks like that. We're talking about people that are unemployed or underemployed, and our focus is to try to bring awareness to those folks that there are great jobs right here in Wayne County, and there's no need to leave. We can stay right here and be gainfully employed and have a good quality of life rather than commuting out. So we have a career expo coming up. That's probably one of the main things we want to promote this morning. We have a career expo coming up on October 29th. It's going to be for the adults. It's going to be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Coastal Pines Technical College. You can go to the Wayne County Chamber and the Wayne County IDA website to see information on how to register for that. You don't have to register, but we'd prefer you register so we could be prepared to meet you and help guide you through the process of looking at the vendors that are coming as well. And if you want to be a vendor, you can also go to one of those websites and get more information, or call the Chamber or the IDA, and they'll give you more information on how to be a vendor or a participant in the Job Career Expo. There's actually going to be an opportunity for the high school kids, just kind of a small little plug for that, and Coastal Pines Technical College folks. If you're in school, then there's going to be a 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. exclusive time that you can come in and talk to the vendors and see what you may be able to do right here in Wayne County. So the Career Expo is going to be a big deal.
What's the date on that again?
The date is October 29th.
Okay, still got a little time.
Yep, I got a little time. 2 to 3 for the school folks, and 3 to 6 for the adults that may be working a job or may not be able to come until after 5. So we're excited about it. We've had 2 others in the past, very, very successful from a standpoint of great representation. We've had a ton of great vendors. Many names, Ryam, Comores, Domtar, folks like that. But also we've had some smaller groups come in, and they've been very successful as well in finding employees, new employees, and helping folks get off to a good start.
So trying to help folks find jobs or move up in their career and keeping folks here in Wayne County.
That's right. So Sam, I asked Sam to help co-chair this because with her brains and my looks, I think we could really take care of some important business.
Doomed now.
Yeah, take care of some great business within Wayne County and help folks.
Her brains will help with your looks, I don't know about that.
Well, I'm going to scare them into
scare them into
employment.
So introduce your guest here again.
All right, so we got Samantha Griffiths. Again, she's with Express Employment Professionals. This is kind of her medium she works in, is employment, helping folks find jobs and careers and things of that nature. And Candy Harris, again, is with the IDA, stands for Industrial Development Authority. They're responsible for the vision that Wayne County has for our industrial parks. We have one on Highway 84 as well as one out on 341. Doing a great job there. They're moving forward as best as they can to try to create more jobs within the community, but also to help folks existing industries and businesses here in the Wayne County area to find opportunities to grow and also find good employees.
Okay, Samantha Griffiths, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm fantastic. That was quite an intro. From
Yeah, that's
Alan.
right.
Thank you,
She
Alan.
may have the brains, but Alan, he's got a very high opinion of himself, which I guess is good to help have a good, healthy health image.
Yeah. Well, I'm with Express. I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad to be partnered and on this board, really. So Express is a full-service staffing provider. We have 2 offices. One of those is in Wayne County, and so this is right in my vein. We support lots of employers in this area in connecting workers with their vacancies. We probably have about 65 people working in Wayne County right now. And I do get the pleasure to work, in addition to Wayne County, in other counties. But I can say that Wayne County has a really strong chamber IDA partnership, and this program is very important, not just for events like the career fair, but also moving forward, planning, developing our structure of candidate pools and how important that is to our long-term growth in attracting employers to this area so that we have a good long-term plan to grow this area and to, we want good jobs here, not just any job. And being a part of this group very strategically to make that work is important. So
you help folks in the area, you help industry in this area find qualified folks for their openings. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the career fair that's coming up, I really want to encourage employers. Maybe you don't have a job opening today, but maybe you may have one in the next few months. Sign up, participate. You never know when those shifts are going to happen in your workforce. What I found is that the most important part of most small businesses and medium businesses, really, in my view, in all businesses, is your workforce. And if you're not investing in that and planning a strategy in that area, then you're going to pay for it. So if you're investing at some level, so the cost to not invest is very expensive. So sign up, participate. Any businesses are welcome to participate in this. Even just the networking with other businesses is so important. So job seekers can pre-register. That's not required, but it is very helpful. But please, employers, participate. If you have a need, a future need, give the chamber a call and let's get going.
Okay. Get it registered up for this fair. What's the official name of it again? I think of it as a job fair, but y'all have another name for it.
Career Expo.
Career Expo coming up in October.
Yes.
Okay.
And put it for Bob to understand this whole process. We're like a football team, Wayne County, right?
Right. We're a football team.
And we
here in
have
Wayne
a lot
County.
of good players. The problem is a lot of them are getting in the transfer portal and going outside of Wayne County. We need them to stay here, and we need them to fill the jobs that are here, the good jobs. We have a lot of good jobs available, and we want them to stay here. They're reducing their commute by considerable amounts. We have a bunch of folks going even as far as Chatham County to work, and I know
a lot of them. Just look across from Raya and see all the cars there where they do the ride share up to that area. Yeah.
So you're looking at least 3-hour drive to and from Chatham County. If we could get those folks to stay in Wayne County, they just gained a whole lot of time back for their families or activities they want to do.
So when they come to this Career Expo, they'll be able to find that there are good positions available, good jobs available here in Wayne County. It's just a matter of looking for them. And then from the industry and business side of it, it's good to get the word out there at this expo so folks will know what you have.
That's right. And we're growing. Wayne County is growing. A lot of opportunity in the southeast part of the United States. A lot of companies coming this way. And we want to be prepared and have a good, strong team of employees staying right here in Wayne County. So
okay. All right. Y'all going to be back on again, I'm sure, to promote the
right.
expo.
So we've got, I think, 3 more spots on this program.
Good. Yep.
We'll be back on the 3rd, the 17th, and the 17th, the 1st, and the 15th.
Okay.
And what we'll probably do there is have some of the employers come in and kind of talk a little bit about what they're hoping to accomplish through the Career Expo as well as beyond. So.
Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all coming in this morning, and good luck with the Career Expo coming up in October.
Thanks.
Remember, you can get a hold of the IDA of the chamber, and they can give you more information on it. Yep. All right. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
All right. All right. We got more guests in the green room here on Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM in Jesup. Stay tuned.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Our Tuesday forecast is going to stay pretty cloudy. We've got a 50-50 shot of showers and storms around during the day. Temperatures will hover in the mid-80s and it will be very breezy at times. Another 50-50 shot of showers and storms tonight. Don't expect much of a change tomorrow for Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the low and mid-80s with good chance of showers and thunderstorms. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And a business in downtown Jesup is celebrating a very big milestone. And we got Ralph and Jamie Hickokton here to tell us all about it. Ralph?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, the historic Strand is going to turn 100 years old. Actually, it turned 100 years old on July 15th this year.
Right.
But, that's too hot in July to do a lot of celebrating.
Right.
So we pushed it back to September the 20th. That's a Friday night. It's also a night that we don't have a home football game, and there's not a lot going on that night, so that's why we chose that night. So we'll be basically barricading the downtown area, and at 6 o'clock that night.
Barricading sounds kind of rough. Why can't we
We're
just...
going to be closing the streets for
why
the
can't we...
big celebration.
Yeah, we're just going to reroute traffic for a major celebration. Barricade just sounds like we're hunkering down for the long haul, the apocalypse. We are not having the apocalypse.
It's the same thing. It's just using a different word that's more friendly.
See, that's why I try to stay on Jamie's good side. If you ever get on a bad side, it gets rough.
Yeah.
And see, she's just...
All right, so you're gonna block off the area for the big 100th anniversary of the Strand on September 20th, right?
We're having a street party.
Street party.
Big old street party.
So what's going to happen?
Well, let me give you a run of that.
Right.
So basically, from dead from the Strand to the intersection of Cherry and Macon, that intersection is where the stage will be. So right in the middle of the intersection will be the stage. Facing
Cherry and Macon.
Yes, facing towards the railroad track. And we'll have bleachers and all from there to the Strand for people to listen to the bands we'll have later that night. At 6 o'clock, Congressman Buddy Carter will open up the festivities. And Sean O'Quinn is our master of ceremony. He'll conduct throughout the night. So from 6 to about 7 o'clock, we have DJ Wade Claxton will be doing as a DJ. The Autumn Hall Cruisers and several other classic car groups will have cars from about the Strand all the way to the railroad track. Okay. The bands will play starting around 8 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we'll have, what's her name, Jamie? The winner of Wayne's Got Talent. She'll be performing.
Bailey Bryant.
She's 14 years old. She's got a well-in voice, too, but she'll be performing. So, again, we have the DJ playing all early. Miss Bailey Bryant will be performing around 7. We'll have... all kind of other things going on at that time. All the restaurants in town will be participating and have specials. We're going to do something to help I want everybody in town to benefit. It was important to me. So the DDA will try to will sell wristbands. These wristbands, I think, are $5, and it'll allow you to take your food and your beverage, even adult beverage, and walk throughout the entire event with it. And so they'll raise some money out of that. At the same time, you'll be able to walk all throughout there and enjoy different things that's going on in the street. Mm-hmm. You'll have they'll have that same wristband will have a list of things like the timeline of what we're doing and specials being offered at the different businesses. At 7 o'clock is when we'll do the presentations. That'll last about 30, 45 minutes. And what we'll be doing at that is recognizing the different ownership groups of the Strand throughout the years. There's been basically 4 ownership groups. And then, of course, the one that built it, Mr. William J. O'Quinn, he's the one that actually built not just the Strand. Basically, at that time, when he built this in 24 or previous to that, Main Street really was Broad Street along the railroad track. It was pretty much just vacant land on Cherry right there. And he pretty much built, if you will, the shopping mall. And it was from the alley of the Strand all the way around by Macon. And the key tenet of that shopping mall was the Strand. I'm trying to just equate what we do now.
Right.
And so he built the building, Mr. O'Quinn did, for the purpose of having other retail and having a key tenet of a movie theater. At that time, it wasn't but 30 feet wide, 60 foot deep, so it was small. And that was the entirety of it. So we'll be recognizing him and what he did. And then the first owner was Mr. Ward P. Riggins. And he had it from 1924 all the way till 1978. And him and his son. And he really was what turned the Strand into the Strand. He also built the drive-in, Mr. Riggins did. So we'll be recognizing their family for their contribution because, you know, how much of an impact was the Strand to Jesup throughout the years. Following up that there was a group of doctors. You know, the Strand fell into disrepair, and a group of doctors got together trying to give back to the community, and they spent a lot of money to revitalize it, turn it into a twin theater, and it lasted quite a few years. A lot of people got great memories from when the doctors owned it. It was a hangout for our young children. It was great. After that, in the late 90s, it was bought by Hung Vong and Cook Nugent, who they own the Chinese restaurant, good friends of mine. I actually am the one that operated under them. I rented it from them.
Yeah, right.
And then that went for years, and I finally quit with that. And I bought the building from them in 2015 and done a total renovation of it. 16.
Okay.
And done a total renovation. So each one of the groups, we'll recognize them. After we do that, we're going to seal a time capsule. And there may be room for Butch and Bob in there. I'm not sure. But
so it would be so interesting if Ralph knew any of the history of this building, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just anything.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the building is it's the one building in Jesup that has never been anything other than its intended purpose. Now, it has not always been operating, but it has always only operated as a movie theater.
Right.
I'm going to tell a real quick story. We got the time capsule is going to basically have the story of each one of these families, and it's pretty interesting. Even the way I did mine is pretty interesting. But one of the stories is one of the ownership groups, I'm not going to say right here, you have to come for more information on it. Actually, the sale of it was won in a poker match.
Won in a poker match.
There was a group of businessmen that used to
Bob,
play
have
poker.
y'all ever had anything that big on the games that you play for, fun?
I don't think a building was involved. No.
The Strand's purchase actually changed hands one time back in the 20s.
Back when? You don't say the years.
Here's my question. Was there any adult beverages involved?
Probably.
Yes, there was. But the whole
usually in that kind of situation there is.
What's really important about the time capsule is not only is there going to be a lot of artifacts and stuff in there, but it's important to me to put these people's story, because you know how hard it's been just trying to get the Riggins stories, because a lot of them have passed away. Even the doctors, getting why they did it, how much they paid, what made them want to do it, what was the process of it, and 50 years later, who's left to tell about it? I want to make sure we kind of seal that stuff.
So you're going to get all this information. It's going to be a true time capsule of the ownership of the Strand Theater from 1924 to now, 2024. And that information, anything else going to be on the time capsule, is mainly just going to be
No, it's going to be a snapshot of Jesup.
Okay.
It's going to. Ralph is reaching out to other businesses, whether they want to put in a card, whether they want to put in a picture, because part of our research has been a struggle of what was in this building at this point in time. Well, I remember when it was Flowers Jewelry, but I remember, was it then, was it that? So if we could get a snapshot of what downtown Jesup looks like in 2024.
Not just downtown Jesup, but there needs to be something in it from you two guys. You guys are legendary on here for what y'all have done for the years. I mean, y'all just recognized by your
Georgia Association Broadcasters.
Yeah, my gosh,
recognized.
I want people 50 years from now to have a snapshot of what it was like in Jesup, and honestly, y'all should have something in it. Whether it be
you won't fit in
show.
it.
But if I could put both y'all in it, that'd be great too. But
something, that picture, that's something. How many years? 25 years, the Butch and Bob Show.
Yeah, that snapshot of what it's like in Jesup, and that's what I want to put in it. Then after that's sealed, then we have the evening's entertainment, which is what most people will probably come for. We have from about 8 o'clock all the way to midnight. It's a street dance. I've got 2 bands coming in. Jamie will tell you about the first one.
The first one is Stacy Blanton. She was born and raised in Macon, Georgia. She her influences were her grandfather, who was an Elvis impersonator, and her love of Southern rock music. She is currently trying to break into the country music scene, so she will bring a lot of energy and a lot of entertainment to downtown Jesup.
The main act is going to be the Dallas Rogers Band. He's personally from Fitzgerald, but his group, they perform a lot up in Macon, Georgia. Mm-hmm. He's a singer-songwriter, and he has a traditional country voice like you'd think of a Darrell Singletary or a Mark Chestnut. He grew up singing George Jones and Merle Haggard, just to name a few. Dallas and his band had the privilege this year of singing in the CMA's Fest in Nashville, Tennessee. And they'll be rocking the downtown. And here's the thing, all this is going on, and it's absolutely free. Anybody can come.
Bring your chairs. I know there's going to be bleachers there, but who wants to sit on a bleacher? Yeah, bring your chairs. Hey, come on and have a good time. If you have a favorite downtown restaurant, reach out to them beforehand saying, are you going to be involved in this? Because we want everybody to be involved. This should be about getting together, having a good time, not spending a ton of money, and just being what we are, Jesup.
You can come out and spend the whole evening. We have the ceremony stuff, but you can come out and spend a time and enjoy it, and not spend one penny if you don't want to, and just hear the music, enjoy it. Or you can get the wristband, support our downtown association, and walk around and visit all the businesses. There's plenty of stuff to eat from all the restaurants will be involved. We got some great restaurants downtown. I'm proud of each one of them. Alex and the El Dorado. I don't miss nobody here.
The Chop House.
Oh yeah.
So this is Friday.
Oh, and the brewery. The brewery's wide open into it too, and there's 2 other things going on. I forgot. The brewery's got it's a fundraiser. Tell me.
Yeah, it's for Safe Harbor. The brewery is joining with the Rotary Club to do a fundraising event for Safe Harbor.
Let me tell the name of this thing. It's Beers for Braziers. That name of the group. That's kind of crazy there, Jamie. Explain that.
No, that's yours, Ralph. Go ahead. What could we want with beers and braziers that have to do with a fundraising? Go ahead.
I don't know, but I
Ralph.
think the combination is I'm like, okay.
Do we have to bring a brazier? That's what we want to know.
No, I think they said that they just
take money.
They'll just take money, but I think he gives $1 off of a beer and he donates that towards the charity.
Safe Harbor.
To Safe Harbor. So it's a good thing for Safe Harbor. Also, at the Strand the same night, the class of 1974s are doing their class reunion. So,
and what day is this?
This is September the 20th,
Same
Friday.
All
of it, September 20th.
One day. Okay.
Starts at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Goes to about 11.
And that's a Friday night.
It's
Friday
a shindig,
night.
I tell you, Butch. Shindig.
Shindig in downtown Jesup on September 20th. 100th anniversary of the Historic Strand Cinema.
If you have something that you believe needs to be included in this time capsule, please reach out to Ralph, 912-424-7075.
Where's the time capsule going to be placed?
In the lobby of the Strand, secured in. So before all this happens, the stuff will be displayed along with. There are things that I can't put in the time capsule because the families are not going to let me. Mm-hmm. But I'll have like a historical walk almost down the hallway of the Strand of all kind of really old stuff, from placards from past to one sheets to memorabilia, different parts of the equipment, things of Strand. Some of the stuff's over 100 years old. Some of it will be going into the time capsule. Everything going into the time capsule will be there.
Okay, now let's say, when was the time capsule supposed to be open? Because always when you bury one, you got X amount of years down the road that you'd like to have it open.
50 years.
50 years. Now, this time capsule is going to be in the Strand. Let's say, heaven forbid, the Strand's not around in 50 years. Is there a backup plan for this time capsule to go anywhere at that time?
I'll turn it over to City Justice.
You'll turn it over.
I'll make sure that's clear.
Yeah, we're not even going to speak that, Butch.
No, because we don't know what's going to
happen. Get me behind me, Satan.
100 years of the Strand.
I'm just trying to plan ahead here. People have probably the same
Bob.
thought I did.
Can you imagine Jesup without the Strand?
No, I can't imagine Jesup without the Strand, but I'm just saying, is there a backup plan? And y'all have already thought about that.
Okay,
so
good.
y'all thought about it also.
Yeah, the city of Jesup. Well,
City of Jesup.
I'll make sure this put in there.
I mean, it's not a buried. Usually we think.
Oh, no, we're not gonna bury it. We'll bolt it to the floor.
It's going to be there, bolted to the floor
Where people
inside
can
the
see it.
Strand.
Yeah, Ralph doesn't do anything like everybody else does.
I'll probably put on a plaque on it, say that on whatever date the city of Jesup officials would open it.
Right. Yeah. 50 years from now. So that's going to be a fun celebration. 50 years from now, we'll all get together and down.
Yeah,
Jesup.
I'll look forward to
Look
being
forward to
there.
being there.
I'll be 108 years old, so. Yeah, I'm
If you
looking
keep
forward
losing weight, Ralph, there's not going to be anything left of you in 50 years.
to it. Well, I'm in a competition with Jason Weaver.
I know you are. Because when both of y'all walk in, I have to turn. Y'all have to turn, a certain direction for me to see. If you walk in sideways, I don't see y'all.
Well, I've been on this for a little over a year, and I've lost 135 pounds.
Wow.
Rah, rah, rah. Nobody likes braggers, Ralph.
Yeah, there's other folks that are involved in it also. I saw someone the other day, and I said, man, they've lost about also half themselves. So it's interesting to.
She's just jealous.
Yes, I am. Stop it.
I'm getting in shape, and she's afraid that somebody's going to track me or something.
I am. No, he took my pink taser away.
He did what?
He took it away. My pink taser?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's like, no, this is no. So I don't even have a pink taser anymore.
Okay.
I don't know what I am just got a tiny bit of a jealous bone when it comes to Ralph.
All right. Sounds good. 100th anniversary celebration of the Historic Strand Cinema coming up in downtown Jesup on September 20th, Friday night. Going to be fun, starting at 6 o'clock, going to midnight with all kinds of activities happening.
Two things. One is if anybody has something they'd like to put into the time capsule, it needs to be kind of small. Please do. We want to leave a snapshot of Jesup, Georgia, from that point. So my number is 912-424-7075. If you can't remember that number, just call City Hall. They'll give you my number. Also, if you want to participate in it, and if you're a restaurant or a business in downtown and you want to participate more, if we hadn't got a hold of you already, we want this to be a big celebration. It's not just about the Strand, although the Strand's 100 years old. This is a celebration of downtown Jesup or Jesup in general, and I want to include everybody. I want it to be a big celebration. So anybody wants to be a part.
I remember years ago we had Mr. Bland come in here. I'm not sure what he was in here for, but one of the things that he talked about was downtown Jesup before Rainier was built. What it was like in downtown Jesup back in the 30s and 40s. And it was especially the 40s, it was very interesting talking to him about what was going on at the time. People coming in, I have to understand, back then, people came in from the county into Jesup to shop on Saturdays. That was the big day in small towns. Anywhere was Saturdays as people left their farms, out in the country, came in. And many of them back then still on horse and buggy. Of course, there was a lot of cars back then, too. But where they would gather, they said they would gather behind basically David's Clothing, Crawford's, that parking lot back there is where the men would gather and talk and solve the world problems while the women went around town and shopped. And it was very interesting hearing him talk about what Jesup was like back in the 30s and 40s. It was very interesting.
You know what they did before Butch and Bob on the football? They would wire in off the telegraph at the railroad the score of the Valdosta game or whatever the game was, and they would put the score on the marquee.
Oh, wow.
Before you, Bob. That's how they kept the score up. Now, I tell you what, I am so glad y'all are on that thing. I'll be at the games and I'm still listening to Bob and Joe.
All right. Well, we look forward to hopefully having y'all back in one more time, at least before the anniversary celebration on the 20th. 100 years.
100 years.
Can you imagine if you could just have pictures and an overview of Jesup? I mean, back when this station was the station was built, and I think it was an old house at the time they just moved into, but I'm not sure. Back in 1949 is when WLOP AM went on the air.
Wow!
In 1949, this was way out in the country.
Oh yeah,
because Jesup was just the greater Jesup area there, where the streets just got trees and Broad Street and all that was named after trees and stuff like that. As you mentioned, that you didn't have to go far down Cherry Street and there was nothing there, but in 49 there was a little ways out, probably up to about First Street, and there was just just concentrated in that target area in downtown Jesup in 49 when the station went on the air. And I mean, this is way out in the country. It was interesting to talk to the Glenn Thomas Sr. years ago about when he put this station on the air in 1949.
Well, you look at the way our streets come out, like Old Scriven Road, that comes off of Macon.
Right.
Used to come down Macon, shoot right through the parking lot of the Omaha Federal Credit Union. That was the way to Scriven. It wasn't 84. And then when you went out Macon the other way, that went through the cemetery, that's how you'd head up towards the north side, towards Hinesville area. It wasn't 84. And then going towards Brunswick, you'd go up straight down Cherry to right where the Calvary Baptist Church to Hickory Street. You ran right into the high school right there. The school was right in the middle of the street. So you would turn right or left. Left to go go across the railroad track to go towards Brunswick. Or right, you'd go Old Waynesville Road. That went to Waynesville. I'd love to see the layout of it, but a lot of people, these roads that are named like that, it's for a reason, because that's how you got out of town.
Seems like the highway department have a time capsule on all this stuff, but you never know what they've kept and what they haven't kept, because there'd be a lot to keep.
Oh yeah, well, I might wind up with a big old time capsule before I get done with it. Because,
you have to put a 50-gallon barrel in there.
Well, actually, Janet Royal's helping me with it.
Yeah,
she is
Janet,
an asset.
She really is. I don't know what you do without Janet. She's
Well, I
Wayne
appreciate
County's
her.
historian. Bob, any
y'all
questions or
having
comments for Ralph and Jamie this morning? Well, y'all have a good day. We look forward to having you on again. All right, y'all take care. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, brought to you by First Southern Bank. Also brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply and the service department at GNS Auto Sales on North 1st Street in Jesup.